Okay, so we're making sweet potato bread. The recipe comes from my bowl.
From my bowl.
Yeah, that is the name of the blog. So we baked the potatoes last night. We probably could have done a little bit longer, so a little bit more of the sugar came out, but I think it's okay because we could see a little bit. So we just did it we poked some holes, did it for 40 minutes at 400 degrees, and now we're going to take the skin off, mash them up, and start preparing the other stuff. The oven is currently preheating to 300 degrees. 350. Let me change that. And we're getting the rest together right now. So, flax egg, or egg substitute coming up.
Okay, hang on a minute. Go.
Yes, and wait.
Oh, I think we're good. You can turn it on if you want. Oh, no, not good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, here's our glass bowl.
And now we're gonna peel the skins off and then mash it together. So we've been collecting the extra coffee in the mornings and saving it. And so we thought this might be a good way to use it up by adding it to the bread. So it's going to be sweet potato coffee bread, I guess. So a slight deviation from the recipe mentioned. I'm sure this is very entertaining to watch.
I can speed up this part.
Yeah, probably should.
Do you want me to stop it?
Yeah. Alright, we'll see when we're done.
So stop it?
Yeah, so
okay.
we'll see.
We have the skins, but we're not throwing them away because they're yummy. Good. And here we have the potatoes.
Yep, so now we're just going to mash them up with a fork. And then we'll move on to the egg substitute after. Pretty simple. That looks good, right?
Yeah, and we needed how much?
They called for a cup and a half. So
That's plenty. That's why you did 3.
yeah, I figured that was pretty close to a cup and a half. I didn't bother measuring it, but it does need to be super specific, right?
Okay, next.
Okay, so we're using, again, this egg replacer from Bob's Red Mill. And we're going to do 2 eggs. The recipe calls for, on the blog, for 2 flax eggs, but we have this, so we're going to use that. So it's 1 tablespoon of egg replacer for every 3 of water. And since we're doing 2 eggs, that's 2 tablespoons for this with 6 water.
And so can we look at the ingredients on this?
Yeah, go ahead, I'll get the water.
Okay. Perfect substitute for whole eggs in your recipe for cookies, pancakes, waffles, blah, blah, blah. No cholesterol or animal products whatsoever. Stays fresh. Oh! Good. Didn't. Basic cooking instructions. I want to see what's in it. Doesn't say what's in it. Ingredients. Whole soy flour, wheat gluten, corn syrup solids, and algin from algae. Okay? So, and the purpose of eggs is to hold things together?
Yep.
Hold things together. So that's the effect that they're working towards with the egg replacer.
So we have our water. I'm just gonna mix it up now. And you do this early in the baking because you're supposed to let it sit for a while, and that way it can thicken up.
How long is a while?
Oops. Clean that up after. At least a few minutes, but we'll just let it sit until we're ready for the next part. So this kind of clumps together, so I tend to mash that up to try to expose all of the powder, but it's fine. So just let that sit. Next we'll get the oat flour ready.
Okay, oat flour. Okay, so we need oats.
All of it.
So,
Okay, so we have 2.5 cups of oats here. We're going to put this in our food processor and blend it up to make some oat flour.
and we buy our oats in bulk. This came from Ralph's, right?
Yeah.
And it's only 99 cents
A
a
pound.
pound, which is very good.
Yep. Alright, so I'm sure you're not going to want to hear this, but...
There we go. We love our ninja. We're looking.
So this was like, after 15 seconds,
Looks good.
you can still see some pieces, but I think that's okay.
I like that. It adds texture to the
Yeah.
bread.
There's not a whole lot.
It's gonna get cooked in anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so we're just going to add this to the bowl of dry ingredients.
Okay.
Okay, next up I think is baking powder.
Oh, we need to start buying that in bulk, right?
Yeah, we have another container I think after this.
Is there somebody who sells that in bulk? Does Winco?
I think so. And if not them, then I think,
We're trying to go to zero waste. Or at least low waste.
yeah, making strides. Right, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2, feeling. Okay. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Half teaspoon of salt. It's not a great angle there. Well, this spoon is a little bit warped, but I think that's probably about right.
Yeah. Adds a little bit of variability to the recipe.
There you go. Different every time.
Huh?
Different every time.
Different every time.
And a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg.
Can I say something?
That's it.
And the nutmeg. Distributed by Kroger. I was thinking, because I was looking to see where it came from, because in Trinidad, you can, nutmeg grows. You can pick nutmeg. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And then around the nutmeg, there's this thing called mace, red thing, that I think is also very good for spices. But I never really see it on the shelf here.
We have some whole nutmegs. For after that. Okay, so that's pretty well mixed. Well enough. Next is the wet ingredients. So we have the sweet potato mash, it calls for, the recipe calls for almond butter, but we'll just use peanut butter. And then plant milk, the egg that we made, sugar, vanilla extract, and apple cider vinegar. And so mix all that, and then mix it dry.
And we made the peanut butter, right?
Yeah, do you want to use that one?
Yeah, we should use the peanut butter we made.
Alright.
Roasted peanut butter. Roasted nut butter.
Yeah, peanuts and walnuts.
Yeah, it looks a little dark because of the roasting, but
Yeah, and I think partially the flax too.
okay.
It looks like there's chocolate, but there's not.
But there's not. We're gonna fool everybody. Okay, I'm gonna turn off for a minute. Okay, so.
Oh, wait. Okay, so we're gonna measure the potato to see just how much we have.
We're looking for 1.5 cups, right?
Yep.
I think we're pretty close.
There's a little bit left in there, but yeah, I think that's pretty good.
I think we could use it all then.
Yeah.
All right.
That worked out.
I suppose if we didn't have quite enough, you think we could just add a little extra peanut butter to offset it or something?
Maybe, yeah.
Because the texture of the peanut butter is kind of similar to just the flavor, but that's good.
Yeah. Okay. So, first up, we have the peanut butter, and it wants 1/4 cup.
Okay, so we can measure it in there.
Yeah, should I get a new?
If you'd like to see how we made the peanut butter.
Check out our other video. And it did actually separate a little bit. You can see the oil.
Yeah, it did.
So,
And that's nut oil, right?
yeah, from the peanuts. It's just no added oil. So I'll mix it up a little bit, but so this might be a little bit thicker than the recipe wants, but that's okay. Maybe we could add a little bit of liquid if we feel like it needs it. Okay, so 1/4 cup is right over here, so probably not too much more.
Smells good.
Yeah, very strong smell.
Because of the roasting.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? A little more?
I think that's good.
Okay. And so this peanut butter is coming out pretty easy.
Nice.
But there is a trick where you can microwave it for a little bit if you need to get
Every last drop.
Yeah, like for some where it's a lot creamier and stickier, or it's a lot less solid, that can help a lot. Alright, next up we have the plant milk. But we're going to use, we think, 1/2 cup of coffee and then 1/2 cup, or 1/4 cup coffee, 1/4 cup plant milk to equal the full
1/2 cup.
Or full 1/2 cup of liquid, yeah.
We're trying to use up the leftover coffee, which we've been saving in the fridge for a while.
Okay, we're trying again. Had a little bit of a spill last time. So again, we're going for, what, 1/4 cup?
Mm-hmm.
Again, made a little bit of a mess, but that's a little better.
Yes, good enough.
I don't think we should try again.
No, I think it's...
That's good. Perfect.
It's good.
Okay, quarter cup of plant milk next.
Oh.
So we're doing our quarter cup of plant milk now. This is coconut milk. And it turns out that, my mom had a good idea that we could have kept the quarter cup of coffee in there and then just added the coconut milk on top to equal half a cup. That way it's more exact, right? So it's probably not going to be super coffee tasting because we only have a quarter cup in there, but a little bit, and we'll be able to use a little bit up, so that'll be good. Okay, next we have the flax egg. We'll let that sit for a little bit longer. Let's do the sugar and the vanilla extract and vinegar next.
Okay.
So for vanilla, we want 1 teaspoon.
Yeah, and we found that when you use vanilla, you probably should go close to what the recipe's asking for, because it's easy to overdo.
We've had a few mishaps lately.
What can I say? We like to experiment.
I think we have a chia seed pudding video too, right? Where
Yeah.
you can see we used a little bit too much there. We tried making some again last night, and I used far too much. It's still good, but
It's still good.
But yeah, it was.
Homemade is best made.
It's probably a few teaspoons. Okay, and then a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, which is right there. That's glass, isn't it? Okay. So again, another teaspoon. And for sugar, it's calling for half a cup. It says coconut sugar. I think we'll use that because we have some and we don't use it a lot.
Oh yeah, so we'll get some coconut taste in it, huh?
Yeah. Well, with all this, it might be too many different competing tastes.
Yeah, because we have sweet potato, coconut, and peanut butter.
And coffee.
And coffee, yeah.
Which was one of the...
How much sugar?
It was half a cup. So I'm going to do it in this one because it's the dry cup.
Look how dark it is.
Yeah, looks like brown sugar. And probably it's like it's brown sugar, right? Mm-hmm. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you get molasses from coconuts?
No.
You sure? Can you get white sugar from coconuts? Because if you can, then whatever you're separating would just be molasses, right?
I'm sure you can make anything white. Well, I'm not sure, but it seems like you should be able to. I don't know.
More. Yeah, that was maybe a quarter cup.
Next, we're going to take sugar cane and make sugar.
We'll see about that.
Save the molasses so that we can add it back and make brown sugar.
Yeah, doesn't that make sense?
I guess you know what it is, that it's a quality control thing. You can control the color of the brown sugar.
I don't think that's it. I think it's just they separate it because they want the white sugar and it's easier than trying to separate it out. I don't know. I'm really not sure.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's nearly half a cup there. And then this is very little left, so I'm just going to pour that directly in.
Good enough. Oh my gosh, we finally finished that bag of
There we go.
coconut sugar.
We might have more.
But if we buy it again, we're only buying it in bulk.
There we go. Alright, coconut sugar. So you have some clumps there to break up.
That'll happen with the peanut butter. There's a lot of mixing with the peanut butter. All right.
And last is the egg.
Yay.
So here is the egg.
So all of our liquids and things are going together. Ooh, look at that.
I don't think it changed a whole lot in appearance here, but supposedly it got a little bit more thick. So we'll just pour that in.
Mm-hmm. Then do they ask that you use a mixer, or is it just hand beating or something?
They just say mix it. So I'm just going to mix using these tools here, these utensils, I mean, and then my hands if necessary. So we'll mix this up, and then we'll put the dry ingredients in after.
We want to make our own recipes sometime too, right?
Yeah, probably start off with like cookies, sugar cookies, because it's pretty easy. Thinking probably like chocolate cookies.
Once we understand how to balance the liquid and the sticking together and the
egg and oil,
fluffiness.
The smell of vanilla is pretty strong.
Smell of peanuts is pretty strong.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that didn't need too much mixing, it looks like.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh yeah, so dry ingredients.
Okay, shall I do that while you mix?
Okay. I'm gonna get this knife out of here.
Okay, so I'll put a little bit and then you'll mix. You can reach in and get it too. You can use the fork. It's okay, because it's all going to mulch together at the end.
Mulch together?
Yeah, we've been mulching, so it's in my head.
I'll give me some more.
Okay. Yes.
I mean, you don't need to worry about too much getting in here, right?
Yeah, it's all going in eventually.
Yeah.
It's just better if you can mix them in at a time. I was telling him in the old days we used to just have the glass bowls. No. Plastic, metal. The old days.
Yeah. Okay, and the oven's preheated, so as soon as we get this going, then we'll be ready to let it bake.
Okay, I'll just dump the rest in now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although we do have one issue, we don't really have a bread pan to use, so we're deciding whether to use. We have a Lego mold, a Lego silicone mold.
Cake.
Yeah. We also have like a 9-inch cake tin, which we might use, or we have some like circular ones. So we'll see. But it won't be like sliced bread, really. Okay, it's getting a lot thicker.
It looks like in the middle at the bottom, there's...
Try to get under there.
Okay, so basically we'll be mixing it up for a bit.
Yeah.
We checked out the Lego pan, and we have found that it's okay for us to use.
Just need to wash it a little bit. But
And then do we need to grease it? Because they say use parchment, but...
I don't think we do if we're using silicone.
Okay. Okay.
So we're going to Pour this in now. Looks like about the right volume. Oh, that's an interesting sound. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't rise too much and spill over the sides, right? And so we're supposed to do this on top of a tray, right? A metal tray?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can get one of those out after.
In fact, there's one in the sink. I'll wash it.
Okay, there we go.
If it's too much, maybe we'll make the mini pans. Little mini muffin pans or something.
We don't have,
Oh, we do have a bowl. A corral bowl.
what?
Corningware bowl. Thing. Oh, no, a French white. It's a different bowl that's oven safe.
The white ones?
Yeah, the smaller. Yeah, they're not huge.
Yeah, I was sick of those. I showed them yesterday when we were talking about options.
Yeah, so it is going to rise.
But hopefully we have enough height left. Looks like we'll have a little bit. It's nice, you can see the sweet potato in there.
It's fun. So there must be some basic solid to liquid ratio that's going on here when people come up with these recipes, right? So that's
sure,
our
yeah.
goal, is just to figure out what that is. Then we can mix all kinds of stuff up.
Although when you have stuff like peanut butter and sweet potato, it kind of
Changes
blurs the lines, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was 2.5 cups to a half cup of flour to
Liquid.
yeah.
And then the mush.
Yeah, which
Mushy stuff.
changes stuff a
Yeah.
little bit. But I'm sure if you get the texture that you're going for, then...
So it doesn't look like we need any more, right? It'll probably puff up and go over, but that's okay.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have
yeah.
a fat minifigure. A roly-poly guy.
Alright,
That's it?
yep.
Okay. Oven, 350 degrees. Okay. We put it for 60 minutes. Why'd you put it back in? Just to get it out of the way?
Yeah, to let it warm.
Okay, because we're going to taste that. And that's the finished cake. And then, actually, bread. And then here's breakfast, which you didn't see, but it's a tofu scramble with beans and...
Spinach, tomato,
corn.
yes, corn.
And on the side, peppers and rosemary,
Potatoes and onions.
potatoes and onions. Delicious. Thank you. Flipping it over. And pop! It came out. Oh, look at
That
this
face.
guy. Look at that face. Isn't that a face you can love? Aww.
Maybe you.